This is Chris Jenkins with CharlotteVibe.com, and I have the honor of having with me today Mr. Mike Tolbert. So usually I wait to the end, but I'll say this at the beginning. So you guys that are seeing this, whether you're seeing it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're seeing it at, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because a lot of times when I get interviews like these with these guys in the locker room or on the field, I can only have them up for 24 hours, and if you subscribe, you'll be able to get to them first here. So without further ado, Michael Tolbert, thank you for coming on, man.
One and only.
Hey, I do these shows because I like to give fans a chance to identify with the person, you know, and even as a journalist, I get excited about seeing some of you guys. I know the first time that I saw you outside of the locker room was at Thomas Davis event. I don't know if you remember, at the Great Gatsby. Yeah. You were there with your wife. I'm like, oh, there go my boy Tolbert. I finally get to see him outside of the locker room, and he took a picture with me, man. I think I might show the people the pictures. I appreciate it. But
that's what's up, man.
We're going to get a few football questions out the way. We got to talk football since you guys are 13-0, undefeated, but we're going to keep it brief. How would you feel about this thing? You guys are 13-0, got 3 more regular season games to go. I feel like as a journalist, you guys can only beat yourselves. You know, if you guys are playing week to week, what do you think about that statement?
I mean, I think if we play as complete as we did this past Sunday, that's the true statement. You know, if we play up to our potential every week, nobody can beat us. But at the same time, we got to go out and execute and play on Sunday, so you never know what can happen.
Yeah. You know, with a perfect season, it's not much you could look at to say that's going wrong. But I have one big complaint, man. I have one big complaint with you.
Okay.
And it's not, you guys.
Is it with me?
It's with you. It's with you,
man.
right?
Okay.
You have 4 touchdowns this season, which isn't bad by any means. You know, that's good. But I mean, we like to see you dance a little bit more, man. I think, you know, if you score like 6, 8, you know, we like to see that Tolbert dance a little bit more.
I mean, I'm definitely trying. I mean, don't think I ain't trying. You know, it's tough though. You know, the guys on the other side of the ball get paid too.
They do. But otherwise, that's my only gripe. So
I appreciate that.
You know, I was excited to give you this interview today because one of the things I always hear, and I've noticed myself, you're a funny guy.
Okay.
You always got jokes, man. So
it's fun.
Growing up, did you give the teachers fits? Did you give the parents fits? I know you got a story or two about somebody just.
Man, I've always been the quick-witted type, and, you know, and a couple of my friends growing up, especially I got a friend named James Williams. He's like right there toe-to-toe with me. Yeah. So we sit back and we just, like, we could sit. He works at Waffle House. I used to work at Waffle House. And we just sit in there, and then we would just go at people, just roasting, talking. And, man, it's just been such an easy thing to come to me, to crack jokes and have a good time, that I've always embraced it and just enjoyed doing it.
You remember that one time that joke got you in trouble?
Well,
you've been pretty good about it.
I mean, I've always, like, my jokes are never like rated R. They're normally PG. But I gotten in trouble one time in college when I roasted my my head coach in the meeting. Yeah. And he was kind of upset. So I had to do a couple extra laps after practice.
How did he well, I guess that's how he let you know he was upset. You had to do a couple extra.
Well, because everybody busted out laughing, you know what I mean? And my teammates. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna shit. But my teammates all cracked up laughing. He was like, you know, Coach Ben, I got something for you, young boy. I got something for you. But it was fun.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaches, not a coach, but the owner of the team, I heard Jerry Richardson really appreciates Mike Tolbert.
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
You guys got a special relationship, or?
We kind of do. You know, when I first came here, he was a big fan of mine. You know, and I can remember in 2012, I dropped a flat route. You know, hit me right in the hands, boom, and it just hit the ground. I was like, man. So after the game, he came in the locker room. He was like, son, I had to bring you to drop balls. Do your job. And ever since then, I was like, yes, sir. So ever since then, he comes up to me. He was like, you know, I was just messing with you. You know what I'm saying? He's a great guy, man, and I love being here with him. So.
Yeah.
Calls me Butterball.
Butterball. Let's go through your nicknames, by the way. Rattle off some of your nicknames.
Let's see. I've heard, obviously, Tolldozer, Butterball, Tank, M-Train, Measy, Big Boy, the Round Mound
Big
of
boy.
Uptown, Rolling Ball of Butcher Knives. I've heard them all.
Wife got any for you?
My wife?
Yeah.
Daddy.
I like it. I like it. We'll continue to move on. See, I knew we was gonna have some jokes here. Last week I had Devin Funches on. You know, we all have reminiscent times of some athletic ability. But there was a moment of what Devin said that he was dunking in 5th grade. I still want to see the tape on that. But do you have any moments where you just flash back and said, "Man, I realized I had an athletic achievement moment"?
Yeah, like I can remember I was in like the 8th grade, and when I was in 8th grade.
So you was dunking in 8th grade is what you're gonna tell me?
I thought I was. So I was in the 8th grade, and we were playing on Fridays. We had open gym, so you can go play basketball, football, baseball, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we was playing basketball in the gym, and one of my boys named Quentin, he shot the ball 3-point line, and like me not knowing any different, I just took off. So I just took off running towards the rim, and I jumped, and somebody gave me a little boost, and I grabbed the ball with my left hand, tried to put it back, but I missed it. But I grabbed the rim. And that was my first time ever grabbing the rim.
Right.
And I was like, man, I got it now. So ever since then, I always, every time I go in the gym, I try to dunk. And I actually made it a few times. So
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How tall are you, Mike?
5'9".
5'9". That's pretty good, man.
But I mean, you see these legs, man. There's a lot of power in them guys.
You're powerful, man. Powerful,
Appreciate
man. I saw you riding a bike one day, leaving practice, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, you again nicely stopped and took a picture.
Yeah.
You guys are paid well. You know, you can be humble about it, but let's say you're paid well. Anything that you are cheap about, though, that you just say, I don't care how much money I have, I don't like spending money on shoes or anything like that.
I love shoes. I probably got 500 pair of shoes. Something that I'm cheap about?
You might not have to be cheap about anything.
I mean, I'm a firm, because I grew up from nothing, you know? So I'm a firm believer, if you want something, you can afford it, get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I really, really hate getting gas. It's like a waste of money to me. Like, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I hate getting gas. Like, I moved uptown because I don't have to get gas. That's why I ride my bike. I hate getting gas because you just continually do it. You don't. It just drives me nuts.
What is it about gas?
I don't know.
It's what, $40?
Yeah. Well, no, I got a big truck, so it's like 80.
Okay.
But I think it started when I was probably 12, 13. Me and my mom, we had a paper route in the morning.
Yeah.
And we would always have to go get gas before we did the paper route. But the gas station stinks. I mean, it was probably the worst back home country gas station ever, and it was funky. So I think that kind of relates to that, man. I hated getting gas.
You're allowed to hate that, man. It's cheaper in South Carolina. Man. Not that you always had time to drive down there or anything, but
okay, we're gonna make.
I had to go down there every other week. You know, take my son to his mama. You know,
okay.
I might get you a tank and let you.
I mean, just fill me up a little red jug and bring.
You're a family man. You
Absolutely.
got 2 kids?
2.
The newest one is
Major.
Newest one, but you have a son. What's parenthood been like? Have you felt that changing moment of I'm a dad?
I mean, it's amazing. You know, I have a 4-year-old little girl and a 2-year-old son, and it's just fun to see the difference in my parenting style, my wife's parenting style. You know, I grew up with a single mother, working 2 or 3 jobs. You know, so my sister and I, we pretty much ran the house while she was at work. Yeah. So, and she grew up with, you know, her and her brother, both her parents, her grandparents around. So it's funny to see how I would handle situations and how she handles situations. Right. You know, I'm more of a it's got to get done, and she more of a it'll get done type. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, it's fun, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I give everything up to keep my kids. Yeah.
Good to hear, man. I heard you being a mentor over there to some of those younger guys as well, that running back crew.
I'm trying, man. It's funny because, like, when I first came in the league, you know, I had Darren Sproles, LaDainian Tomlinson, you know, Lorenzo Neal was on his way out, but he still kept in contact with me. And those guys, you know, they took me under their wing and as a running back and taught me the way to be a pro, you know. So, I mean, I feel it's only right that now that I'm in my 8th, you know what I'm saying, going on my 9th year, that I do the same thing with Cameron Artis-Payne and Brandon Wager.
Yeah, they said you're doing a good job, man. I got lots more questions, but I can't be selfish. I got to go here to Periscope and see what the people are saying. So, guys, I'm now back at what's your favorite? We already did the favorite nickname. Y'all got to pay attention. But I'm now at the Periscope thing, so if you guys have got any questions for Mike, go ahead and start sending them. Wow, the questions came a little fast. So,
well, we can do like speed questions. So
what's your take on performance? Nah, I ain't gonna answer that. They're illegal. He ain't had no take on them.
Nah, I don't even take them. I'm all natural. You see me? This good. It's natural.
Do you play yourself as a running back or fullback on Madden?
I don't even have a game.
You're not a gamer?
I'm not really. I don't have time. I got kids. And the kids is crazy, man.
So we can't ask that.
But I definitely would play with my son.
Does the locker room have a different vibe being 13-0?
Somewhat. You know, I mean, there's definitely a lot of confidence, a lot of bravado, a lot of swagger going around the locker room. But, I mean, it was the same feeling, not same feeling but it's the same character, same atmosphere as last year when we were 3-8-1.
Now, I had a question earlier that's not on here, but they were talking about Mama Tolbert.
Yeah.
Mama Tolbert, is she truly out there watching the message boards and seeing what they're saying about her baby?
My mama has, I don't know how she did it, but she has some type of feed to where, like, anytime an article is written my name in it, or a video comes out with my name in it, it pops up on her phone, on her laptop. So she gets it and she goes through it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if she sees something she don't like, oh, she's right back at it. She's responding.
Does she ever call you, or she just go right back and respond?
She calls me, but she know I don't be trying to hit that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she's a special character, man. That's where I get it from, I guess.
How often does Mom get to come and see you?
She's every game just about.
Every game just about?
Yeah, every home game for sure.
I'm getting a lot of comments about Mama Tolbert don't play, and she's a sweetheart. So.
Oh yeah, she's got a big heart, man. She got a big mouth too,
though. I'm thinking Super Bowl bound. What's your thoughts?
I like that thought. I love that thought. You know, we still got a few games left before we head to the playoffs, but it's definitely looking good for us.
Closest friend on the team?
Closest friend on Thomas Davis.
Thomas Davis.
Yeah. I mean, I love my running backs. You know, Fozzie and Jonathan and Cap and Brandon, we're all really close. But I would say Thomas Davis has done a lot for me as a man and as a teammate. So.
Hey, he was Walter Payton Man of the Year. So.
I mean, it's on the fitting.
Favorite, you know this is coming, favorite restaurant?
Hold on, time out. Now, what are we talking? We talking favorite restaurant in Charlotte or favorite restaurant, period?
Let's do them both, man.
Okay, favorite restaurant in Charlotte has to be Chima, Brazilian Steakhouse up here on South Tryon.
Okay.
Favorite restaurant, period, has to be, there's two in San Diego that, like, I must eat at like once a week, it seems like. It's Donovan's Steak and Chop House. And then the other one is called the Gas Lap Strip Club. It's a steaks place where you go and you cook your own steaks. It's, oh man, if you ever in San Diego, try it.
This is taking you back right now, ain't it?
Man, what?
Now, earlier we talked about being cheap. Somebody actually wants to know about splurging, man. Any good items that you done cost you a pretty penny, but you're still proud of because money well spent?
Yes. My wife had been, you know, I'm not really, I mean, I'm fashion forward, but like she knows about like YSL and Givenchy or something like that. Louboutin red bottoms and Celine bags and Hermes bags and stuff like that. And she kept saying, darling, I want this Celine bag. I want this Celine bag. And I'm like, okay, just get it. What, $200-300? And she was like, no. So I was like, you know what? Just get it. You know what I'm saying? And she got it, and I looked at my bank account. I was like, oh, Lord. But, I mean, she loves it. You know what I'm saying? That's for her. Mine was, after I made the Pro Bowl a couple years ago, I bought me a brand new Benz.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You got it decorated, I should say. Accessorized, too, right?
Yeah, man. I put the bells and whistles on it. I had to, man. It was for me.
Do you come in like, well, some people are crazy. So if I start to say something and I laugh, it's because they getting me laugh. But do you cook? Are you a cook?
I'm a great cook, man. I'm the chef for my family.
Chef of the family?
Yeah. Well, you got to understand, my mom, she's a caterer. So when I was growing up, I was always in the kitchen with her, you know what I'm saying, preparing stuff that she was catering for. So, I mean, I can do it all, man. I'm a great barbecuer. I can throw down on the grill.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, is it your favorite to be in the kitchen or outside on the grill?
I think I'd rather be. It depends though,
Yeah.
because me personally, as a cook, I like the variety of stuff that I can make. So I mean, if I'm feeling down, homey, I like being in the kitchen cooking soul food. But if I'm feeling something that I like being outside, you know what I'm saying, and want to relax, I'll go outside, smoke a cigar and put some meat on the grill.
Biggest jokes in that locker room.
Other than me.
I think it's you. Who would you give the award to?
It's got to be me. I mean, I'm going down the lockers and trying to figure out.
I give Graham Gano, but he's kind of like.
See, the thing about Graham is he's
passive with his.
Yeah, but he has more time to come up with it. See, his is more of a okay, everybody else is in meetings. Let me think of something. As mine is like on the spot because I got to go to meetings. You know what I mean? But I would say me. I mean, Graham's he's kind of wishy-washy with it. Like he doesn't know if it's gonna offend you or not, so he thinks about not doing it. Me, I don't really care because everybody knows it's in fun. So.
What about your hobbies? I know one of them is boxing, man.
Love it.
I do a thing where I challenge you guys or something. I said, I'm not going to challenge them to play in boxing because I just need one hit like the guy took this weekend and then I'm out for a couple of weeks. But any other hobbies besides boxing?
I'm kind of a homebody. I like sitting at home, relaxing with my kids, playing with them. We love going to the movies, walk my dogs. That's very relaxing to me. So
what you got?
I got 2 pit bulls.
Okay, how big are they?
One, Tyson is 78 pounds and Layla is 63.
You know about Trey and his love of his new pit bull, Ice? Mm-mm. Talk to him about it. He swear he breeding Ice to be the biggest, baddest pit bull in the world.
Man, my dogs are big puppies. That's all they loving dogs, man.
How much you bench, homie?
Man, I don't really do the bar bench no more.
Tell you a grown man. You just got that grown man strength.
I do single arm dumbbell stuff. So I mean, I get up about 150 single arm dumbbell.
150 single arm.
Yeah.
What you do all that for, Mike?
You see them big jokers I be hitting, man.
You the big joke. Most memorable TD.
Most memorable. I was playing for San Diego at the time, and this was in 2009. We played in Cleveland, and my grandma had passed away on that Tuesday. So when my grandma passed, I mean, my grandma was like, she was my heart, you know what I mean? So I had to go back to Atlanta from San Diego while the team flew to Cleveland, back to Atlanta to go to the funeral on that Saturday night, flew up to Cleveland to meet the team. And I caught a little flat route from Phillip. Took it like 65, 66 yards, touchdown.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your longest touchdown?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, she was looking out for me, you know what I mean? So
right.
That's my most memorable and my longest.
All right, we're going. I could talk to you for a while, man, but I know you got responsibilities, we got
a few more minutes. Let's get it.
No, camera batteries might run out. I ain't charged them all, man.
That's a Canon. You should have a Canon battery.
Yeah, I do, but we can't change out.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about some comments that I got from your teammates. But first, I also want to talk about you being the unofficial DJ of that locker room, man. How did that start? But let me paint the picture, though, to people that don't know. So anytime we go into the locker room, you're going to hear some kind of music. You're going to see Mike just kind of piddling around, just taking his time. You might hear some R&B. It's Christmas time, so you might hear some Temptations.
Yeah.
Or you might hear a little ratchet music or something, you know. But he always, and then you got a little, I don't know if you got more than one portable device of a speaker.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in my locker, man.
What all you got?
Well, I got a Bose 450, which is the big Bose box. I got a sound bar, I got the Beats portable joint.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it's all fun. It all started probably when I got here.
Right.
That was just the vibe was off.
Vibe, I like that word.
The vibe was off in the locker room, especially on game days. It was quiet and everybody walking around with their own headphones on. And, you know, Coach Rivera came from San Diego with me where we always had music pumping. We always had the energy up.
Now, he does want you guys to play certain kind of music, right? He said that, like, don't get too wild.
He know game day, anything goes.
Right.
But so I asked him one day before the game, you know, I always have my boombox with me. So I was like, Coach, it's too quiet in here, man. Can I turn some music on? He was like, I was just waiting on you to ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I turned it on and everybody was like, whoa, what are you doing? We can't. Coach said it was good. He was like, you sure? And from that point on, you know what I'm saying, it was always like, Told, what you gonna play today? You know, if it's a hard practice, we'll come back in and we'll put on some Isley Brothers radio and we just all mellow out, you know what I mean? Yeah, or if it's time to turn up, we'll throw on some Future and some Drake or something like that and get going.
Yeah. Okay, let's play DJ right now at this moment today.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first song we're going to play right now?
First song we're going to play, probably going to warm it up with a little Future.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to Real Sisters, something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of get the beat going, get the blood flowing. And then we probably take it to a little bit of Drake, maybe some Jeezy or something like that.
Okay.
Then we'll probably hit them, you know what I'm saying, mix it up a little bit, put a little Justin Bieber in there, then run it back mix it up with some Adele, then run it back with some Drake, then hit it with Future one more time.
One more time?
You know what I'm saying? Just mixing it up, man.
So did that get your blood ready so you gonna dance now?
Nah, man. Nah, I told you I'm tired, man.
It's too early in the morning. Somebody said that you call yourself fat all the time.
Well,
That's true.
It's better if you embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Because if the world calling you fat, you know what I'm saying? If one of your nicknames is Fat Boy, you know what I'm saying? Or like TD calls me Doughboy, you know what I mean?
Can't you just say I'm just healthy?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? People say, I say, man, I'm in shape. And they say, what kind of shape you in? I tell them round. I'm round.
Round shape?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just got to embrace it, man.
Is Artist Payne a big boy?
Yes. And he tries to act like he's not.
He's not.
So he's 220, you know, sometimes 230, just depending on the week.
Right.
But he tries to wear smaller shirts and sweaters and stuff to kind of tighten stuff up.
Right.
But I know. And we call him Junior for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because they say he looks like me.
Yeah.
So we call him Junior.
Who's faster, senior or junior?
Who's faster?
Yeah.
Junior.
Junior faster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Senior got 8 years in the league, man. I ain't trying to race nobody.
He said you loosened him up, man. When we first got here, felt like he was a little uptight.
He was, man. He was just kind of walking around with a real somber like attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, that ain't us. You know what I'm saying? You know us as running backs. We the wildest group on the team. We very loud and emphatic about the things that we like doing. And he was just walking around with his hands in his pocket and his head down. I'm like, bro, you got to come on. This ain't this. So I just kind of had to peel that shell off, and now he's good. So.
Is that you?
Yeah,
Okay. You notice I always tread lightly when I come by that area. I just kind of look and see.
You know what's funny though? It's like, especially when D'Angelo was still here, we had like, you know, where our lockers are, like the showers on the back side of our locker.
Yeah.
So people would actually, players and coaches will actually walk towards our locker, then go left through the shower to walk around us, because they knew once you walk by the running backs, you was gonna get a joke cracked on you. Something was gonna happen.
I remember D'Angelo talked about my tie. He said my tie, it was a little. He said I tied it too long. He said you need to shorten it up or something. And Jonathan, you always can't tell too much what's gonna come from Jonathan.
Well, sometimes Stu is he's hot and cold. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of people.
Right.
But I mean, sometimes he's gonna hit you with a one-liner. Sometimes he might keep coming at you for 3 or 4 minutes. You never know. But I mean, it's fun to have all these different personalities. So.
I like that Black Jason that he did a while back.
Oh yeah, on the hoverboard.
Oh, speaking of dancing, you're known for the dancing. I'm not gonna ask you to dance no more, but I would imagine that you've tried to teach a few people in that locker room to dance, and Brandon said it didn't go too well. Brandon Ware, that he had 2 left feet or something.
Yeah, man, go? He's just not a. He's a running back. Let's just put it like that. He's a running back, and he knows how to carry a football.
Right.
But he can't carry a tune.
He can't keep up with the steps.
No, man. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna blame it on him.
All right. Diet though. Who said something about your diet? You have different diets you've tried?
Yeah, man, I've tried so much stuff because especially around this time of year when you get, because my birthday is in November also.
Okay.
So you get my birthday, you get Thanksgiving, you get Christmas, you get New Year's. In my family, that's all times where you go at it eating, you know. So I just try different stuff, you know what I'm saying? Try to eat a lot of greens, a lot of baked food, no fries and stuff like that. Try to stay away from the juices and
all that stuff.
It's tough though, man, because I love to eat, bro.
Let me ask you, have you seriously said, you know what? Do I have 5-10 pounds too much? Do I need to be a lot lighter? I mean, you're a professional athlete, so I would go to think, to some extent, you say, well, this is what it is. I'm just a big dude.
I mean, I looked at myself at the end of last year. You know, when I came back from the injury, I was almost 270 pounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't feel like myself. You know, so excuse me. So I took it upon myself in the off season to train and cut weight and get back to where I wanted to be. You know, so now I'm 250 and I feel great.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you need to run over people. Like
yeah. I mean, but I am a pro. You know, but I do understand that being a pro comes certain things, and I need to stay here to be healthy. So
yeah. What's after football for you?
I don't know. My wife wants to open up a nail salon.
It's always what the wife want to do, ain't it?
Hey man, long happy wife, happy life. That's the way they say. But she wants to open up a nail salon, so I'll probably let her do that and go back to school.
Back in
yeah.
And where
on the West Coast. That's what she want to be at.
That's the retirement plans. You're not gonna go down to Florida.
Man, it's hard to leave California, man. Especially San Diego.
I haven't been there.
It's expensive, but if you can afford it, it's a beautiful place to stay.
I'm planning on being in California sometime early February. You know, it's dependent on you. I'm put it on you, Mike.
Hey man, I carry that burden, you know. I carry it.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up, and I appreciate the time.
Okay.
So I want you to look into this camera here, sir. Tell these people how to follow you on any of the social medias.
All right, well, you already know it's me, Mike Tolbert, Carolina Panthers. You can follow me on Twitter at Mike Tolbert 35. You also follow me on Instagram at Yoga the Great 35.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. You know,
hey,
I ain't on everything else.
appreciate it. Everybody that's watching, again, if you watching this, wherever you're watching, you can go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that other stuff. And everything is at Charlotte Vibe. Thank you very much.
Y'all have a good one.